When Leeds shines this bright, it can only mean one thing. The UK's biggest art and light festival, Light Night Leeds, is celebrating its 20th birthday, but the candles aren't being blown out just yet. Here are the unmissable moments of our city turning on the lights. Civic Hall and the Queen's Hotel are telling stories in colour, and this sculpture at the Tetley captures a bird in 64 different phases of flight. You're bound to bump into street performers across almost 50 installations. Over by the Corn Exchange is an immersive video installation projecting movements of people from Leeds. St John's Church has been transformed into a mythical forest, and a fountain dances to music on Wellington Place. Light Night Leeds is in full beam for 2025.
Hello, we are live here at Millennium Square for Light Night Leeds. We are back for its 20th year. It's a big one this year, and we're celebrating with the theme of landmarks, which we're not shy of here in this city. We're talking historic buildings, architecture, public spaces, which the Civic Hall behind me ticks all three of. We're going to find out a little bit about what's going on here very, very shortly. But first, I'm not the only presenter out and about in Leeds tonight, no. And we're going to be running around giving you live coverage. We've also got Daisy, who I think is at the Tetley this evening, who's going to be telling us all about bird passing by very, very shortly. And we've also got Shola, who is over at the Wellington Place zone. There's 8 zones across the city today. She's going to be high up on Monk Bridge Viaduct, home to the Junction Leeds, of course, and we're going to find out all about Matter of the Heart. But how do all these installations and artists come into Leeds and make it happen? Well, I think it's got a little bit to do with this person, Natasha Howes, the principal curator. First off, how do you decide which ones to include at Light Night Leeds?
Well, we spend a whole year researching. We look at all different artists. We're looking at lots of different artworks. We're looking at the locations as well, because we want the artworks to be really resonant in each site. So it takes a whole year of planning. It's not just me. I have a whole amazing team of people. And then in the last few weeks, we've been installing the artworks. The artists have been arriving in the city. We've been making the impossible happen. And it's just such a thrill tonight to see all these people out here enjoying the artworks.
Thousands of people expected to come into Leeds City Centre tonight. There's lots happening. Is there anything that you're like, oh, you can't miss that?
It's a bit like asking me who my favourite child is, which I never answer. There are so many brilliant artworks. There's the Spirograph piece, which is inspired by the 60th anniversary of the invention of the Spirograph here in Leeds. We've got another fantastic big projection on the Queen's Hotel, 1 second love story about an imagined love story in a train station. And down in front of the Tetley, we've got this amazing 32 metre long sculpture, Bird Passing By, which I know you'll be seeing shortly. So there's such a real variety of things. There's also street entertainments. Yesterday, I bumped into 2 living lampposts, Victorian lampposts on stilts, and they were so cool. So there's just so much happening, and it's just great to see people enjoying the atmosphere.
Were you here yesterday with it all popping off? You were here yesterday,
yes.
Right?
Oh, yeah.
What was the feeling like? If you could summarise it, what was the feeling like in the city yesterday?
I think for me, it's just that this is such a democratic space, being out in the city. You don't have to go into a museum, into a theatre. This is kind of art for everyone. And there's people here from all different backgrounds, all different communities. So it just felt like everyone was having such a great time. And for me, there's very little joy in the world at the moment when you're listening to the news. And actually, this brings joy. This sparks joy in people. And people just love coming out with their friends and family and having a great time.
And I'm having a great time too, and everyone at home gets to access it from the comfort of their home and see things like this happening right now. This is Portals, and it is a projection which has been helped by the British Library. Ruth Gambrell from the British Library, tell me a little bit about this.
Well, it's an incredible animation made by Akubo, and the talented artists from that creative studio, which is based in Portugal, and it's been co-produced by the British Library and with Light Night Leeds, and it's been inspired by some of the vast collections in the British Library, works of science fiction, of technology and science, and you'll see as you watch the film creatures from H.G. Wells' War of the Worlds. You'll see figures from Jules Verne, Journey to the Centre of the Earth. you'll see all sorts of illustrations from 19th century sci-fi books and early 20th century illustrations. There's just a vast array of things to see and explore new worlds.
And we're going to see that film very, very shortly. But I just wanted to mention, because I found out today that apparently here in Leeds, the British Library has got the most books. Is that right? Tell me more about that.
Well, the British Library, it's really well known, the British Library in London, but actually not many people know that there is a British Library in the Leeds district in Boston Spa. So 70% of all of the British Library collection is based at Boston Spa. That's about 120 million items, absolutely vast. So books, digital collections, all sorts of different things. And so we're really excited about opening up those collections to the people of Leeds. And this is one way of doing that. So it's really exciting to kind of find ways to bring the collection to life, and we do that across Leeds in all different ways, in schools, in libraries, museums and galleries. So it's just a really exciting project to be part of.
And I think we should show the people at home more of an insight into what they might look at. This is Portals.
From Millennium Square in Leeds, taking crowds on a journey beyond millennia. Portals by artist Akubo is a real highlight of this year's Light Night Festival. But the story of it doesn't end at the 9-minute spectacular transforming Leeds Civic Hall. The British Library is actually behind the installation, and the fantastical imagery that features is taken from its collections of 170 million items, most of which are stored right here in Leeds at their Boston Spa campus. Sci-fi fans might have spotted characters from H.G. Wells' The War of the Worlds, or this creature from Charles Dickens's 1500 Miles an Hour. As Portals, the Machine of Worlds invites you to enter universes of science, illusion and discovery. Light Night is just one creative way the British Library opens up its incredible collections to everyone in the region, partnering on local events like this one in Leeds. Their presence in London is well known, but here in Leeds it's amazing to have universes of literature preserved on our doorstep. Look out for what else the British Library has coming up in the city.
Wow, doesn't Portals look absolutely amazing? And who knew that the British Library was actually based here in West Yorkshire? I know I didn't, for one fact, so the more you know, eh? Anyway, if you're wondering where I am, if you haven't noticed from what's behind me, I'm actually down in the South Bank zone at the Tetley, and I'm looking at Bird Passing By. Bird Passing By is a 32-metre long light sculpture, and it mimics a bird in flight. I don't know if I'm doing quite as good a job with that, but to tell us a little bit more about the installation, I am joined by Mark Sicard, the artist. How are you today, Mark?
Very fine. I'm very happy to be there, and we're really happy and proud to show this art piece in Leeds right now.
I mean, are you as proud of the art piece as you are of the fact that you're actually managing to stay nice and warm today, because it's so cold?
Yes, but the real work starts at around 6 p.m, so before that you can get warm in the hotel, so it's okay.
Oh, good. So tell me a little bit more about Bird Passing By then. What's it all about?
So the point is, we basically work with we are a team of two artists from Lyons in France, and we work primarily on the impact of human activity on nature. We used to work on hurricanes and several subjects, and the idea we are working on the subject of birds for the last 3 to 4 years, I guess, and we've built this I guess a year and a half ago. And the idea is to tell the story of a bird's journey through the world, in sort of telling of a migration of the bird that starts and goes through the elements, the storms, the forest. He's resting at some point, and he's chasing away by the human activity at another point before finding peace at the end of the journey.
Gosh, wow, well, I don't know if I can put it any better than that. Well, thank you so much for that, Mark. Really appreciate you joining us today. And speaking of birds, we're actually going to be flying up into the sky and over to Monkbridge Viaduct at the Matter of the Heart. And maybe, Shola, you can tell me a little bit about why I'm wearing this heart monitor on my wrist.
Yeah, Yes, Daisy. There is a very special reason why you're wearing that heart monitor, because your heart rate is controlling this light bulb right here. So I don't know if you can see this. This is the heart of Daisy Donnelly, and here we are at the Monkbridge Viaduct, right next to the Junction, to see the Matter of the Heart. It's a very beautiful installation. Let's go and see a bit more of it. So this installation right here is made of all the heart rates of people across Leeds. So whether they're far or near, there's people all over the city and all over the country whose heart rates are connected to these light bulbs right here. And looking at where I'm standing, there's dozens of them. So I guess we should go and find out a little bit more about this installation. We have some very special people here to talk to us, including the artist, Anna. Hi, Anna. How are you doing?
I'm good, yeah, I'm good.
It would be so fantastic if you could just tell us a little bit more about Matters of the Heart.
Yeah. So the Matter of the Heart is by I Don't Love You Anymore. I'm one half of I Don't Love You Anymore. It's all connected to the heartbeat of a person in Leeds. So every box has a name on it and a sentence about how they connect to Leeds or how they connect to other people in the exhibit. So there's a few cousins here, there's siblings here. Mine is over there, and I'm connected here. I've had a bit too much coffee, so mine's going very, very quickly. But yeah, that's it really.
It's fantastic. How did you come up with this idea?
Actually, like, in a way, a bit macabre. So my auntie had a heart attack, and we were looking at ways that we could kind of look at our own heartbeats or celebrate our own heartbeats before you get into a situation where it's an emergency or it's a problem. Do you know what I mean? So like often we notice our heartbeats and we notice them in a way through like a hospital or something like that, but actually we wanted to make a ritual out of it and make something fun out of it and celebrate life. So hopefully this feels a bit like a celebration of life, that we're all here, we're all beating together. Do you know what I mean?
Such a beautiful celebration, and thank you so much for explaining to us. We're going to nip off and see some other heartbeats. I believe that we have someone here with a cluster of heartbeats. It's a family affair. Let's go and head down. It is very busy here. Lots of people coming out to see Matters of the Heart. And luckily we are on the viaduct, so you know we can make our way there along here. I can spot him over here. Hi, Oscar.
Hi.
How's it going?
Good, how are you?
Welcome to Leeds Plus.
Hi.
So, could you just tell us a little bit about what we've got here?
Yeah, I'm one of 6 listers that are part of the artwork tonight. So this is me and my wider family.
So I can see yours is here.
This is me, this is my mum.
Excellent.
And then these are my siblings.
Oh.
And what's quite cool is, you know, we were rarely in the same place at the same time. But tonight, all our heartbeats are right here. I mean, Felix is in Manchester, Dylan's in Manchester, and then I'm here. We're all kind of spread out, but like our heartbeats are beating live in the same place for 2 nights.
Amazing. So, could you just tell me a little bit more about what you've written on your box?
Yeah, of course. So I was born in Leeds, and my siblings were born in Leeds, and I think I've written about how Leeds is a bit of like a homing place for us all. So no matter where we go, we're always sort of drawn back here as like a base, no matter where we travel in the world or where we decide to live.
Absolutely stunning. I mean, they do say that home is where the heart is, and clearly our hearts are all in Leeds tonight. So I guess thank you so much for showing us that. I think for now we're heading back over to Millennium Square. And we're going to see what Kerry's up to outside Leeds City Museum. Why is that, Kerry?
I'll tell you why I'm outside. Firstly, to show off the queue. Look at the amount of people that are queuing outside Leeds City Museum. Look at the size of that. We love queuing in the UK, don't we? We absolutely love it. Now, this is a really interesting one, because we talked about the birthday that we're celebrating this year, right? 20 years of Leeds Light Night. Well, there's another birthday that is happening, and I think someone can tell me a little bit more about it. Hi, Leslie.
Hi, Carrie. Yeah, it's the 60th anniversary of Spirograph. It was invented here in Leeds by Dennis Fisher, and it's just so exciting because I'm an artist, a visual artist, and I've been working with the Spirograph for many years, making drawings, huge drawings, and just got this opportunity on the 60th anniversary to make a fantastic animation.
And it's perfect for Leeds because I hear the Spirograph was invented in Leeds.
It was, yeah, by Dennis Fisher 60 years ago, 1965. So it's just, and yesterday actually we had his sons over. we had Greaves Fisher and Duncan Fisher, and they loved it. And they said their dad would have been so delighted to see it be moved into into light, taken off the page. So that's just fantastic.
Another thing to put Leeds on the map. And another reason, it wasn't just showing off the queue while we're out here. The reason why we're not inside, because apparently sometimes, you'll know best, Leslie, that it gets a little bit dark sometimes, and then it gets a bit loud, and then it gets a bit quiet. So we didn't want to ruin the atmosphere in there, and also we wanted you to hear and be able to see us. So when you're in that space, and light is new for you.
It is, yeah, because I've been working on paper.
Yeah.
So I've collaborated for this piece. I've collaborated with a digital artist called William Card, and it's incredible because we've basically sort of taken those spirographs off the page and projected them onto a fantastic LED screen, 11 metres long, 2.5 metres wide, and the colours are fantastic. So come and see it. I'd love you to see it and share it.
Leslie, I did sneak in earlier and have a peek. I thought, I've got to see this, everyone's talking about it, because spirographs take me back a little bit to my childhood. We used to use them all the time, and then to see them, and then you're right, it stretches right across. You can see all those pictures, those colours, those spirals, and I felt really at ease. And I don't know whether that was a little bit of nostalgia or something.
Yeah, I think the nostalgia is a big part. So many people, I've spoken to a lot of people in the crowds, and they've said it's just brought back so many memories. A lady I've just been speaking to, she said she could sort of remember the rhythm of drawing, and it brought back so many memories. So it's great to be able to talk to people actually about your work and see them respond to it live. It's been really exciting.
So this is the first time as an artist you've worked with light. Do you think you'll work with it again?
I think so, yeah. I've got lots of ideas about things we could do in the future.
Lastly, have you been around Light Night? Is there anything in particular that you've seen from other artists you thought, wow, that's really inspired me?
Well, I've loved the big one in the Millennium Square, and to be honest, I haven't got round because I've just been talking to people, but Susie McMurray's got a gorgeous one in the chapel, and Daksha Patel's got a really great one over by the railway. So there's so much to see.
There's so much to see, and we're going to be streaming it here right now on Leeds Plus, Light Night and Leeds City Council. Leslie Halliway, thank you so much. How cool is that, right? Thank you so much. So a little bit of an insight into that, right? Light Night's been kicking for 20 years, as we say, right? We're just going down Cookery Street. We're going to do a bit of a walk and talk now. And I was talking to Natasha earlier, and she was saying how there's loads of artists that are involved in Light Night this year, but only 3 of them haven't worked with light before until now, Leslie being one of them. And it's just so fantastic that Light Night is providing that space for artists to be able to try new things. So here we are, heading down Cookeridge Street. We are live across socials. Hello, by the way. If you're watching from home, maybe you were at Light Night yesterday. What did you see? Let us know. The theme this year is landmarks. What landmarks in the city are you really proud of? Or do you enjoy the most? We're going to carry on down Cookeridge Street now. We're heading towards the lights. Now, as I say, lots happening in the city centre today. Not only the projections and installations, but some street theatre performers. We've had the ever popular Spark Drummers over at Trinity Leeds. We've had Moths at Work in Wellington Place, and roaming just the way there on Brigate Zone are 2 brilliant pieces. Now, one of them is called Living Lampposts, which stand out massively because of the height of them. It's talking 10 feet tall, right? And they're roaming right now between Albion Place and King Edward Street. They're noble and elegant Victorian street lamps. How cool is that? And about here, they might even give you a high five. And if you are lucky enough to go down and see the Enchanted Woodland performers, they're passing the Living Lamppost as they walk the opposite route from King Edward Street to Albion Place. These are animals that have emerged from an ancient forest and entered the bright lights of Leeds for the first time. Amazing. You've got a majestic stag, huge friendly bear, and even a drumming squirrel. Brilliant. Enchanted Woodland. Right, we are nearly there towards the light. Follow me this way. If you've just joined us, hello. We are live in Leeds City Centre for Light Night 2025. We've got 8 zones across the city today. It's packed full because it's a fantastic night to be here, isn't it? That's why I'm trying to weave through all the people that are here. If you are watching at home, say hello. We'd like to hear if you're in the comments. Were you at Light Night last night? If you were, what did you see? Would you recommend any of us three going there, right? Daisy, Shola, they're going to be live. We're going to be running around Leeds. And we're trying to make it into the lights. We're carrying through here. Look how busy it is. Thousands of people are going to be here for Light Night 2025, celebrating 20 years. Right, let's see if we can find the Nocturnal. I've been looking forward to this. I've heard a lot about it. We're going to head through the lights. So this is the Millennium Square Zone, one of 8 zones that's part of Light Night 2025. Now, Nocturnal, we're trying to find, this has been a super popular collection of inflatable nocturnal animals. If you were here yesterday, you would have seen them outside. But it's been too windy today, so here they are inside. You can see them there. I've got my eyes on the owl. Now, they're covered in these really unique black and white mandala patterns, which you can see. Now, apparently, these represent the cyclical nature of life. Look at the size of them. This is what's so fantastic about Light Night. You get to see things you've never seen before, in sizes you've never seen before. What's really cool about this one, Nocturnal, is that they even made an extra special appearance at Leeds Children's Hospital this week. They were visiting some of the children that might not be able to come out and see Light Night tonight. So they went into Leeds Children's Hospital and saw some of the children there. And if you're at home now, you've got an opportunity tonight to be able to watch Light Night from the comfort of your own home. Light Night this year wants to be as accessible as they can, and providing this live stream means that you can enjoy it from anywhere. Now, word has it that Daisy has legged it over to Leeds Dock. Daisy, are you there?
Hi, Kerry. Yes, I have actually made it to Leeds Dock. Did get a sprint on, so I would love to know how fast my heartbeat is currently flashing over at Matter of the Heart. I don't even want to think about it because I can feel it here. But I have made it to Leeds Dock. It was a little bit of a walk, but we're okay. And I'm now at Synergies by Senna Cosme. So this one up here is, as you can see behind me, is just sort of projecting these amazing sort of... we're getting the people involved in this one here. So there's a bit of a queue, as you might be able to see on the left, a bit of a queue to get in, and then you'll be projected onto the wall of the Royal Armouries. And this is using a bunch of objects from both the Royal Armouries collection and also from Senna Cosme's own collection. As you can see, there's an elephant up there, which is, I've definitely got my eye on. If I can try and get on that elephant and give it a little bit of a ride, then I have won this evening. But to learn a little bit more about the objects that are here on the wall, I'm actually joined by Tristan from the Royal Armouries. Tristan, how are you today?
I'm very good, thank you very much.
Are you as cold as me?
I'm feeling it, yes. It's been here a little while.
Yeah, well, yeah, it's definitely not the warmest evening of the year. So tell me a little bit about the objects that the Royal Armouries have chosen to project into this installation.
We've chosen people-shaped ones. We've got lots of armour in our museum, which is essentially people in negative, isn't it? It's only missing the people inside. So we've picked armour, and in this case, not just of people, but of animals as well. And there's a good examples on the wall at the minute, because we have stuff from all over the world in our collection and dating back thousands of years. And up there at the minute, I can see a 17th century samurai rabbit-eared helmet, although it's upside down, an 18th century Indian armoured elephant, which is also in our collection. And on the right-hand side, that's a European horse bard, the sort of thing that knights had on their horses when they were doing jousting. So we've got stuff from all over the world and across hundreds of years of time.
Gosh, that's brilliant. And that's, am I right in saying, combined with some of the stuff from Senna Cosme's own collection. So how have you sort of balanced a mix of having your collection and also the artist's collection?
Well, we've met together and we've picked out, she has helped us pick out things from our collection that we've put into the mix, so to speak. But in the end, it's down to the people to decide which images that they want to use with the artist's help.
Well, I've got to ask you then, right, if you were being projected onto that installation right now, which object would you like to be projected onto?
Of the ones that are there right now?
Of the ones that are there right now, we've got obviously like the elephant, helmet.
I think if you're on the elephant, I'm going for the horse, definitely.
Oh, okay.
Myself as a medieval knight.
Okay, I quite like. I can get on board with that. I'll be just trotting behind you on my elephant. Fabulous. Thank you so much for your time, Tristan. Right, let's do a little wander and have a bit of a check out of Synergies over here. I'm joined by one of the artists, Anais. How are you, Anais?
I'm fine, thank you.
Lovely stuff. So, can you maybe see if we can get me onto that installation?
So Synergy, it's a collective performance in real time where we invite people to take part in this specific mapping. So people are filmed in real time, few seconds, and are be staged on the facade of the building. And so we can mix a different kind of scale of bodies, rotation, etc., and mix some objects from the museum in order to create lots of kind of imaginary mechanism, imaginary landscape, imaginary, unpredictable things that we can't imagine before to be there.
Wow, gosh. So is there any way that I could be projected up there?
Yes.
Oh.
You see?
Yeah.
When I'm here, you see, we can, yes, I can decide where the collocation.
Oh my word.
Then I can decide, for example, to scale in a very big, you see?
Oh my
and
word.
I can rotate. So, in fact, by this way, we can imagine a lot of kind of stage.
Oh my word. Is there any way that you can put me on the elephant?
Yes, it's possible. For example, we can, if we want to be on the elephant, so I need to reduce, I think, a little bit our scale.
Okay.
And now, you see, we start to be on the elephant. And when we are okay and ready for the film, for the position, I can record it.
Yeah, shall we? Shall we give it a go? Lovely. Okay, right, everybody, I'm getting ready to be recorded.
I record now, just a few seconds.
Here we go. Ah, amazing. Thank you so much for getting me involved in the installation. Thank you for your time, Anais. Thank you so much. Have a lovely rest of your time. Thank you. So, I'm here at Leeds Dock. I'm having the time of my life, but there's plenty for me to see from now on. And there's plenty for you to see as well, because we're going to head up into the sky once again and give you the view from Light Night from above. Check this out. Guys, I'm all tired out. I didn't quite make it, but you can come along with me and we can see if we can get to Lumora. So, gosh, I'm out of breath, guys. So we are currently here at Lumora, and it's currently giving me a lot of electronic beats behind me. Feels like a little bit of a slight bit of a rave, but we'll keep taking a walk and get a little bit closer. So, just a reminder that this is Light Night Leeds, and we are celebrating the 20th birthday of Light Night Leeds this year. And there's so many installations, 8 different zones spread across Leeds City Centre. We're currently here in the South Bank zone, and this is Lumora. You might be able to hear it as well, because there are some brilliant electronic sort of beats pulsing that have actually stopped now that I've decided to turn up. Feels quite personal. So if you can see now, we've actually got a bunch of lights that are sort of coming on in time with the music. We'll take a little bit of a closer look. So it's all going on over here at Leeds Dock. We'll take a bit of a walk away so that you can actually hear me now. But Lumora is one of plenty of installations all across Leeds City Centre, like I was saying. And Light Night Leeds is celebrating its 20th birthday. But I'm really excited to see where Shola's ended up, because I think that there are some cool things going on at Wellington Place. But Shola, can you tell me a little bit more about that?
I absolutely can, Daisy. I am here in the Wellington Place zone. As you can see, the vibes are immaculate here. It's cold, but the vibes are hot. And this is definitely one of my favourites because you can boogie to the beat. This is the dancing fountain. You can see that the music and the water and the lights are all synchronised. So I think we should go and take a little bit of a closer look. Do you understand what's happening?
Very good, yeah. I'm high despite the cold.
Yeah. Good. Well, I'm glad that the vibes are keeping you warm.
It's been a good crowd here. They've been loving it. So.
Yeah, excellent. Tell me a little bit about how it's been over yesterday and today.
Well, it was crazy. With the kids, and it's just been fun. People are interacting, and they're really watching the fountain, and that's what I love.
It's such a kind of wild idea. Like, how on earth did you come up with it?
Oh, it's very slowly. Over many years, yeah. It's just trying to express music in the language of water. That's what I love doing.
Excellent. And I imagine that it's quite a complicated setup. Are there any secrets to the magic that we can understand? Or
I can't tell you, can I? But it's all live. It's self-choreographing. It just gets the music, and it does things that I don't even know what it's going to do exactly, and it just comes up with its own little dance.
So I'm wondering, you mentioned that there was lots of family and kids here. Is that something that you usually see when you kind of show these stars?
When there's kids around, yes, the kids just drawn to it like moths to candles,
Speaking of moths, there may be some moths around here,
yes.
But we'll see if they pop up at any point. I was wondering, in terms of music and stuff, have you tried it with different types of music?
Oh, different kinds of genres, absolutely. But this is a special playlist that I've chosen just for Leeds, and it's working.
Well, it needs, to be like a party in Leeds, so I'm glad that people are enjoying it.
Absolutely.
And I guess my question to you is kind of, how would you feel when they see this?
I want them to just forget about everything and just listen to the music and watch the music. That's what it's about. It's seeing and watching music, and it makes the pleasure of the music 10 times more.
And I guess probably get the spray of water in the face.
Yeah, well, that'll wake you up, yeah.
Brilliant. Well, I'm so glad to have heard about this, and thank you so much for chatting to us today.
pleasure.
Really appreciate
Total
it.
pleasure.
Well, yeah, it's been an absolute pleasure.
Good
But
luck.
we're going to check in. And thank you very
Good
much.
luck, guys. Yeah, I bet there's lots to see here.
Yeah, no, excellent. Thank you.
All right. Take care.
Kerry has moved to the opposite side of the city, and we're going to check in with her and see her. So, Kerry, where are you?
Well, Shola, I'm currently in St John's Church, and the lights here and the installation is pretty impressive. It's very different to some of the things that we're seeing in other parts of Leeds, where it may be really quite bright and loud and energetic, but you come into St John's Church and you see Beacon and you're kind of absorbed by it. It really allows you to be present in that moment. And we found out earlier that some of the artists at Light Night haven't experienced working with light before, which is similar to Susie McMurray. Hi.
Hi.
I've got to say, I've only been to Millennium Square and headed here. I can really feel this installation. Tell me more about it, 'cause it's very interesting to feel, hear and look at.
Yeah, well, that was the idea, is that it's a sense of how you would be in this church. I was very struck that this is one of the oldest churches in Leeds, and so a lot of people have come here to untangle their thoughts and their feelings and look for light. So in a way it's a sort of representation of that, and maybe in this busy place you need a spot where you can just be calm and just think and feel and sort yourself out for a bit. So that's my
Susie, I love that.
The space.
Look for light. I love that. It's gorgeous.
Yeah.
Do you know what? I've spoken to a lot of artists already this evening, and they've all spoke about this. They've said, "Have you been to Beacon?"
Oh, that's really nice.
They have, honestly. They're going, you need to get into that space, because you say, yeah, it's oldest church, and it really makes you stop. And I was seeing some of the people outside, and they were looking forward to having that sort of like that sensory experience.
Yeah, and that's what my work's always been about. I'm a sculptor anyway, and it's always about sensation. And I was a classical musician before I was an artist, so it's all about feeling and vibration and sense.
And as a sculptor who's worked with light for the first time, has it been a refreshing experience? Is it something is it a medium you might work in again?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it's just another material, but it sort of gives you a whole other dimension, and it allows you to be more immersed in something. Yeah.
What is it made of? It has a little bit of like an intestinal feeling to it.
Well, you're not wrong, because it's ducting hose from the inside of. I first saw it in my kitchen from the tumble dryer, so it's like the guts of the house. So in a way, it's the guts of the building. So it's the inside made outside and lit up.
Wow.
Inside, outside, light, dark, all that sort of thing.
Wow. And have you spoken to some people who've experienced this and kind of had their thoughts on what it was like, had any feedback?
Yeah. Oh, I've had the full gamut from people who really get that, and then children who come in and just go, wow, and then come in and go, worms, and that's great, because they're just responding and saying what they feel, which is what you want.
And that's the great thing about art, is that it's accessible to so many ages and people from different walks of life. Susie, I feel like I could stand here and talk to you forever, but I'm going to check out the other installation, which is outside. Thank you so much. Right, turn around, follow me this way. We're going to head just outside St John's Church, and you'll see the amount of people who are waiting to see Beacon. Love Susie. Right, through the trees. So this is the Relic of Mirchwood Forest. Now, if you just tuned in on social media, we're live across socials. Don't forget to keep telling us what you think of the night so far. Hope you're enjoying Leeds Nightlight and the broadcast today. So anyway, Leeds. Look at this. Relic of Mirchwood Forest. Now get this. The artist is called Laura Spark. What a fantastic name. Very apt. Now, this installation tells a story of an ancient mythical forest that goes a bit like this, right? The forest was driven to extinction by purely being forgotten. As its story stopped being told, its trees vanished one by one. Now, all that means is it remains that it's protected in an enchanted terrarium, a living shrine to the wisdom of plant life. Now, I was talking to the principal curator of Light Night earlier about this installation and how not everything is permanent. And Natasha was saying that you see these plants that have been projected inside this terrarium, and it shows you that things aren't going to stick around forever. And I love what they've done with that. The relic of Mirchwood Forest, pretty impressive. And just behind us was the beacon at St John's Church. Now we're going to leave Merrion Street right now and head over to Shola, who I believe has made her way across to Wellington Place. Shola, what are you up to?
Well, Kerry is now on the run to the Corn Exchange. A bit of a far stretch from Merrion Street, but it's good. I hope she's got a pair of lungs in her, you know, for all that running, because this here is all about breathing. Now, we've gone from the crazy vibes of Dancing Fountain to the very chill vibes of And Breathe. And we like breathing, don't we, Pete?
We love breathing.
So this is the artist, Pete. Could you introduce yourself?
Yeah, hello, I'm Pete Gunson from Fifth Path, and this is And Breathe that I made with my partner Eleanor Hooper and our friend Jono, who's from Leeds, the Leeds lad, a technical music wizard. And we wanted to Eleanor wanted to make a sanctuary of calm, because a lot of people are a bit stressed out, and we thought, what can we bring to the world? So it's still fun, but it is a lot more calming maybe than other things. So here we are in Wellington Place, and this is And Breathe, which is sort of like a touring sanctuary. It's made out of ash, it's made out of local trees, it's very holistic environment, but set within it is some super duper tech. We're going to make, come and follow me. There's just a step back around the piece. There's 6 columns, and at each one with your hand. Just sink in with your breathing. So this is what all the audience are doing. Lovely people around. Sound and the lights come in. Just let it go. Getting yourself ready for your next bit like that, but then also someone could sit in there and they get a little sound bar.
Could I maybe have a little seat in there?
Well, why don't I have a seat?
You know what? Let's do that.
Yeah. Let's see how calm I am.
Let's give this a go. Let's try and make Pete really super duper calm. I feel very zen. I don't know about you guys. So if you've just tuned in at home, we are at And Breathe. We're having a moment of calm here down in Wellington Place Zone, here on Leeds Light Night. I actually feel really zen right now, I'll be honest. Oh. Pete, what an experience.
Great. Well, I hope it's a little moment for people in life and in Leeds Light Night, and then you're off again into the madness.
It certainly brings a bit of zen. Could you just tell me again, like, why you kind of made this?
We just... Eleanor, my partner, really has felt the benefits of, we've got young kids and all the breathing and taking a moment and taking control of your life. And so we're just trying to create a space where people can do that, get back in charge of their lives and their feelings.
It's a beautiful, beautiful message. And Pete, thank you so much for chatting to me. It's been a pleasure. Thank you for the sanctuary and the moment of calm. We're going to rush back off now and we're going to head over to our next place. We're still in the Wellington Place Zone. Take care, Pete. Thank you. Alright, so if you guys follow me, we're on our way to Light Landmarks. So as you can see, we're exploring the Wellington Place Zone here. It's part of one of the 8 zones of Light Night this year. We've just come from the Junction, which was fabulous with Matters of the Heart. And behind us, we've just passed And Breathe. So we're just going to walk a little bit further down here to the next spot. Around here, there's still loads of crazy light installations to see. Dancing Fountain is just around the corner. And, you know, funnily enough, Wellington Place, as a place, I mean, it's had so much regeneration, so many new things that have been added to it in the last few years. Even lights are already here. So we're just here hopping into Light Landmarks. Now, this project is a community project, and it was made to reach out to people who maybe aren't as involved in Light Night. So, the artist, Gemma Wood, worked with primary schools around Leeds to make sure that people are kind of getting involved, feeling like they have a little bit of ownership in a night like Light Night. So let's have a look. Oh my goodness, hold on, we've happened upon some moths.
Place, wonderful. You know this one? It's Manchester. You from Manchester? No. Oh, we don't have a red dancer here. No, that's it. I am an
So let's head on into Light Landmark. One Light Landmark. We're going to go in and see some of this stunning UV art from some of the kids from around Leeds. So as I said, this is a community engagement project, meaning that we're taking members of the community who may not have been as involved in Light Night before, and we're bringing them in and making everyone included. So let's see if we can get inside.
You with the other two? Yeah.
And I don't know if you can see around us, but it is glowing in here. Hi, here I am. So it's absolutely glowing in here. So we've got UV art all around here. And all of this art has been made by kids across Leeds from primary schools in the city when they've been asked about their city, their communities, and what the Light Night of the future could look like. So here I am with Helen. Please introduce yourself. We're live from Leeds Plus.
Hello, hi, I'm Helen and I'm the producer for this project.
So where did this project kind of come about?
So we wanted to do something with schools in Leeds, getting them engaged in Light Night, inspiring the next generation of light artists. So we worked with artist Gemma Wood and we went into 4 primary schools across the city, all north, south, east and west of the city, and worked with over 200 children who all create their own light design.
Wow, that's amazing. So I guess one thing I was thinking about is why is it so important for kids, to be involved in the arts like this?
I think it's just, obviously Light Night is such a special event in Leeds calendar, and so many families don't manage to get down or don't know about it or just haven't been before, so it was really about, in a creative way, inspiring families to come here and also to think about the city and see it in a new light.
Amazing. Thank you so much for chatting to us, Helen. I appreciate it, and I hope you enjoyed the rest of the Light Night.
You too.
Cheers, Shola. So I've got a little bit quieter because you might have noticed that I've been on a bit of a wander across Leeds, and I'm now in the Soyo zone at Leeds Minster for Connection. Let's take a bit of a closer look. It's very zen and very peaceful here, so hopefully I'm not disrupting the flow of things too much. But we've got Connection here. Connection is actually supported by the Embassy of the Kingdom of the Netherlands, and it's all about, well, the connection between trees and the earth. I don't know if you can see there those strings that are connecting the branches down to the ground. So these strings between the branches of the ground actually create a bit of a natural rhythm, which you can hopefully hear in the background of me speaking just over the top. And it's definitely a place for contemplation here at Leeds Minster, which, to be fair, after all the hustle and bustle that I've been seeing around the city centre, it's quite nice to have a bit of zen and a bit of peace. Definitely something for me. You can actually get right inside this installation, which is definitely a highlight. Gosh, I feel quite relaxed now. I mean, wow, going from the sort of rave energy at Lumora, and now I'm just taking a big chill pill and gone all zen at Connection. But that's exactly what the artist Bart intended when he created Connection. And I think I spy with my little eye a certain Bart Ensing, the artist, the mind, the visionary behind Connection. Let's take a little wander towards him and hear what he's got to say, because it's really quite a beautiful installation, just connecting all of these little bits of nature. And I really want to hear a little bit more about the story behind it. Hello, Bart, how are you?
I'm fine, thank you.
Really good. So we're actually inside the installation Connection right now, if you can't tell. Why have you made it so that you can go inside the installation?
Well, it's called Connection, and there's 2 reasons for that. And the first is that I connect the branches of the tree with the ground that it grows from. And you can see that like streams of energy or water. And but the second, almost more important, is that people can walk into the installation and connect with the installation. And they can look up and see the tree for what it is. And so I want people to connect with the installation, with the tree, and with nature.
Amazing. And do you do a lot of work sort of connecting nature with humans?
Yes, connection is central in my work, and I do make this kind of installations more often. I also make sculpture, and I see that people connect with my wood sculptures. But for me, the connection with trees is very important, because trees are vital for us, and nature is so important, and we are part of nature.
Oh, absolutely. Well, thank you so much for your time, Bart. I'm going to take a little walk out of all the sound, but I really appreciate your time today. Thank you so much, Bart. So let's take a little bit of a wander. You can see the gorgeous Leeds Minster as well, or hopefully you can see it anyway, just behind me. So it really is a very zen place to be. But I'm excited to hear if Kerry is in a similar type of zen zone right now. Kerry, is it as calm where you are as I'm feeling right now?
It feels a little bit calm. Yeah, I would say it feels quite calm here. You've obviously got the music that's going on, but also it's very visual as well. I think the amount of people here give it that atmospheric feel. But I would say it's maybe not as busy as the other places, but I think there's good reason for that. Now this is called Motus Mauris Perpetuum Sander van der Schaaf, which, by the way, is a fantastic name. I love that name.
Thank you.
Now, this is real people, right?
Yes, these are from Leeds and from the Netherlands. So we filmed and worked with 24 people from Leeds that are all in this installation. So this is Janetta, for example, and...
Walk us round, you can take us through, don't have to stay in the same spot. Yeah, show us. Who do you want to show us?
This is Sandra, this is from the Netherlands, but this is here Janetta from Leeds, and Chloe from Leeds is over there, so you can see a lot of them. Sanoun is from Benin, so he's from somewhere else. Ian from Leeds. Yes.
I love that you remember them all. Why did you want to do these projections of real people? What were you trying to incite in people?
We have a bigger project. It's called Motus Mori. Motus Mori is Latin. It's something like movement is going or movement is dying. We have an archive for human movements because we think now in these days we have a lot of archives, but they're all digital archives, and we think that people are more than zeros and ones. So we try to preserve their personal movements, and these people are sharing something really personal, something very every all days movement, and learn it to the people that come here. And I just saw.
And I love the diversity here as well. Let's walk around and see some of them, and you can tell us a bit of background. Oh. What about this person here? Tell us a little bit about this one.
Yes. That is Joost. Joost is from the Netherlands, by the way, but Joost, as you can see, he walks with a tripod stick. And he has we like to work with people also that have we call it a physical specialty, because he has a illness of the muscles, but then he moves like something. We work with dancers also, so dancers record their movement, but especially Joost is very difficult for them because Joost has his own way of making his movements, and then we thought like it's beautiful to share it. You can see now that all the screens are white, so now also other people become part of the artwork because it's an artwork for everybody. So we see now their silhouettes, but also the silhouettes of the audience, which I think is a very nice mix.
I love that.
Yeah, and you can see all the different bodies that we've recorded, also the different ways of how they move. So like, there's Mark, and I have to wait, Sanoun again. But they're all walking here. This is Svea, and yeah, so they all have their own bodies and their own way of walking. So we share this, but also the audience that runs around here.
Love it. Helen and Mike here. I heard that they'd been here and they'd filmed themselves. And are they around to speak to you?
They should be around, yes.
Maybe we just shout loud.
They're over there.
Let's go get Helen and Mike. You know what they look like, so I'll follow you.
We have to wait till they come round. Yes.
Helen and Mike.
There's Mike.
Oh, I see on the screen.
So here's Mike. There's Mike. There's Mike. And that's And here's Mike in real time.
So funny. I was asking Sander, where are you? And he was pointing to the screens, and I meant the actual physical human beings. And here you are in the flesh. That was funny. So, what was it like taking part in this experience?
Amazing. It's been wonderful.
Yeah.
We can't quite believe it. It's pinch yourself time. Is this really us? Is this really happening? And we were here last night, and we've only just seen the whole bit that we did. And because you're constantly excited to say, oh, look at that person, and oh, that's so and so, and and it's just lovely to see people enjoying it and having been involved, because we've just been speaking to some girls that have come over from other countries, and they're doing a master's degree, and they turned round and they've been intent watching it.
And there you were on the screen. What about you, Mike? What was it like for you?
More or less the same, because we're just ordinary people, and we get involved with various choreographers, and if we find that we like them, then we go to them, and we have so much fun with the people then that we start to connect with. And so we just love the dance, we love meeting other people, and we just enjoy it so much, don't we?
Love that, I love that, and that's what it's about here at Light Night, bringing people together from all different walks of life, creating art and showcasing it. Now, I need to head to Trinity, so I've got to get my skates on for the next bit, but while I do that, here is a little clip of some of the performances that have been taking place across the city.
Are you from Leeds? Is it always this cold here? It is a lot colder than we are used to. Bonjour, madame. It is such an honor to meet you. We are looking for a steak restaurant. Are you from Leeds? Are you here for the light show?
Yes.
Who is your favorite light?
You.
Just made it in time here at Trinity Church, where there is this gorgeous piece called Stitching Light by Emergency Exit Art. Now, I was talking to Natasha earlier and she said you have to go and see this one, so we're here. So follow me this way. We'll try and find Chaz, who I've got my eyes on. Hi Chaz, let's have you this way so we can see this in the background. I'll have you stand next to me here. Perfect. Chaz.
Hi, yeah.
A lot of people have been talking about this and saying how inspired they've been about it, and I've heard little snippets of it, of how there's been people from Bangladesh painting and then bring it in here and they've been stitching it, and the stories have just been so inspiring. Tell us more.
So basically, arts came to us and they collected all the stories from the Bangladeshi women. They will be able to talk about their history, their memories, and then everything got created into artwork, and then we stitched it, and they were able to just express their childhood memories and how they've settled into the UK from Bangladesh, and how culture and art was mixed together to create masterpieces.
Which is what it's all about, really, isn't it? Because you can't have art without culture, can you?
No. It kind of goes hand in hand, and being able to express their stories and culture through art and working together as a team was just amazing for them all.
And what's it been like for some of those people to kind of see their work up here?
Some of them are here, but they're a bit camera shy, but they are so proud, they're so happy, and they're just so happy that their work's here and it's getting seen by loads, and they're just so happy.
And what's it been like to showcase this in Leeds to so many people to access?
It's just been amazing, like especially for Junction Women's Centre. It's a big thing. We're a Bangladeshi women's centre, and to be able to have our work name up and everyone to see it, it's just a very big, proud moment.
Love it, absolutely love it. Let's take a closer look at some of the pieces behind. So this is people from the Bangladeshi heritage from Shantonia Women's Centre in Hare Hills. They have contributed to this installation, exploring their migration stories to the UK. Painted in Bangladesh, brought over to the UK and stitched here in Leeds and showcased tonight here at Light Night. If you've just joined us here at Light Night, hello, we're live across all the socials celebrating the theme of landmarks in Leeds today for the 20th birthday of Light Night, and I think Daisy has got herself over. Is it Leeds Playhouse? Is that where you're at? I've lost count.
Thank you, Kerry. Yes, so we've just about made it to Playhouse Garden. Again, I can't begin to imagine what my heartbeat is doing right now at the Matter of the Heart, but I'll let the people at the Junction decide whether it's a bit over the top. But where we are right now at Playhouse Gardens is we're actually looking at buckets and buckets and buckets of light. So as you can see, there are 100 different buckets behind me, and they are all lighting up. It's all actually set to music too. There are ever-changing colours moving up these buckets in a mesmerising light sequence. Here in Playhouse Gardens, you'll find a forest of 100 multicoloured towers. Here at buckets and buckets and buckets of lights, you'll find 100 plus buckets of lights that are just lighting up and basically making the Playhouse Gardens just come alive. We'll take a bit of a closer look whilst I tell you a little bit more about these buckets and buckets and buckets of light. So these are ever-changing colours here in these buckets. They're moving up the buckets in a mesmerising light sequence. Jack Wimperis is the artist who works in the tradition of the ready-made, repurposing everyday objects to create art. I mean, you've just got to take it all in, really. There's a lot of colour going on here. Definitely one of the most colourful installations that I've been able to see tonight. I do feel quite lucky. And I think once we've sort of walked through this maze of buckets, that we might find even more buckets and buckets and buckets of light. So let's take a bit of a wander, I reckon. We'll go this way, and you've got to bear with me. We're going to snake around a bit and just take it all in. Hundreds of these lights all the way up Playhouse Gardens. It's absolutely brilliant. I'm going to turn back around and just wander here. If you're just tuning in, this is Light Night Leeds 2025. There are 8 different zones across Leeds City Centre with these sort of stunning installations. And we're actually celebrating Light Night's 20th birthday, so happy birthday, Light Night. I hope everybody is cheering for that, singing happy birthday at home. And we're bringing you with us to just have a bit of a feel, and it's like you're here just from the comfort of your own sofa, really. I mean, it's pretty incredible how these are everyday objects that are just being repurposed. Come on, let's see what's waiting at the end. I feel like it's a pot of gold situation. I'm really excited. As I've already said, this is buckets and buckets and buckets of light. And it's definitely going to be worth the wait when we get to the top. I think I've done enough running about, clearly tired me out a bit. We're also passing quite a few different Leeds landmarks, which actually fits the theme quite nicely. Ribboned next to me by Pippa Hale, which honours names of Leeds women all across it. So it's great to be able to celebrate these sort of light landmarks with some actual Leeds landmarks. Oh, I can see it, guys. I can see it. I can see it. We're almost there. This looks like it is the pinnacle of buckets and buckets and buckets of light. I'm getting right close to the sort of the end here. It's all lit up here at Playhouse Gardens, and it is truly breathtaking. We've seen some brilliant installations across Leeds City Centre this evening. And I mean, like I said, like repurposing these everyday objects. It is absolutely brilliant. And here we go. This is it. The sort of pinnacle of buckets and buckets and buckets of light. This is the cube, and we're going to get right up close to it. So the cube here is actually set to music. Hopefully you'll be able to hear it as well. But let's take it all in. There's hundreds of buckets here stacked on top of each other, and they're all playing a tune, and I'll let you just listen to a bit of that tune. It's amazing, all of these different colours. So, I mean, I can't believe we've only got 2 more installations to show you at Light Night Leeds 2025. But I'm hoping that Shola can show us the next one. Shola, whereabouts are you, and what breathtaking installation are you looking at?
Thanks, Daisy, and yes, it is very peaceful here. We are in the station zone at Sovereign Square, and just behind me, it's just started, it's Molecular Clouds. It's an interactive installation, and this one is really, really special because not only does it let you kind of get involved and have a go yourself, but it also has a message. This is about climate change, and it uses mesmerising imagery to give us all a little bit of education. So as you can see, this scene here is a tree, just beautifully flickering around it, and there's actually a lot of people here waiting to see. And we're really lucky because we actually have the artist to speak to, so I'm very happy to introduce Daksha. Hi there.
Hi.
How are you?
I'm good. I'm really enjoying lots of people interacting.
Has it been an excellent 2 days?
Oh, it's been lovely. Yeah.
So could you just tell us a little bit more around, just tell us a little bit about what this is about?
Yeah. So Molecular Clouds is about climate change and our relationship with the planet. So we've all seen the effects of climate change. We've seen the storms and the floods and the droughts. But what we can't see is the greenhouse gases, the molecules. And so in this work, they are represented as circular, three-dimensional, quite intricate forms. They're very colourful, and they spin and they drift up towards the sky. And towards the end of the artwork, the audience is invited to reach out and to touch them and to make them disappear. And this was important because I wanted the work to be hopeful, to give people a sense of agency and empowerment, that if we work together collectively, we can make a difference locally and also internationally.
Fantastic. So I guess what do you kind of think that the impact of being here at Light Night this year has been for you and the people here?
Well, I think when you're making work, you're always usually sat in front of a computer on your own. To see it in this environment is when it comes alive, and when you see other people interacting with it, it takes on a life of its own. So it's been wonderful to see that.
Thank you so much, Daksha. It's been an absolute pleasure to talk. We're just going to have a little look at the molecular clouds here, and this is about to kick off, but that's been just about it from me. We're staying in the station zone to finish, where there's Kerry in City Square. So Kerry, over to you.
Thanks, Shola. Molecular clouds, they sound very interesting and fun. Yes, I am here at City Square outside the Queen's Hotel. Hello, by the way. If you're watching from home right now, we've been live all night on the socials, giving you Feel at Home Light Night 2025, celebrating 20 years of Light Night Leeds, and it's been fantastic. Now, it's nearly over, but there's one more thing I want to show you. Outside the Queen's Hotel and the train station, it's not on at the moment, but don't worry, we're going to show you very shortly. It's called 1 Second Love Story, and it's where two people's eyes meet across the platforms and fall in love immediately. Now, if I'm not selling it to you, maybe these visuals will. This is 1 Second Love Story. And that was 1 Second Love Story, which was nearly in time with the countdown just behind, which is going to kick off in about 50 seconds time. Now that's it. That is our live coverage of Light Night 2025. Hope you've enjoyed seeing us run around the city showcasing some of the best of Light Night, celebrating 20 years. And it wouldn't be possible without the sponsors that have made this happen. So shout out to all of those. And if you want to donate to Light Night, go onto the website lightnightleeds.co.uk and make a donation, because of course it's completely free for the people of Leeds to enjoy, and that's why I wanted to make it accessible for you at home tonight to enjoy it from the comfort of your own sofa, and hopefully you've enjoyed it tonight. Do comment below and let us know what you thought. But thank you so much. If you want to watch this back, maybe you missed the start of it, go onto Leeds Plus, Light Night Leeds and Leeds City Council social media pages and check us out there, and give us a follow on Leeds Plus as well. Thank you so much for watching. It's been an absolute joy, and I get to finish our coverage here by watching 1 Second Love Story.